Cool, we're continuing from 462. Hopefully getting to 500 today. Without too many close calls. Oh. Wait, is my opponent's... Let me just see that OBS is on. Cool, that's it. Dust Noir 1. Get up that on stream. What I'm thinking of is paralyzing, waiting for Wisp, and then going Gyarados, so it won't be using Wisp. I don't want to trick on this because of Fling. Okay, well, it's always going to Shadow Punch here because it sees a kill with Shadow Punch. Oh, it should Trick Room here. But the setup is guaranteed anyway. It doesn't matter. Just need to remember to not take this out while Trick Room is still up. It should be out of Trick Room PP by the time I finish setting up anyway, though. When Shadow Punch is out of PP, it will be forced to Will-O-Wisp. It could already be doing it right now, but it's just not winning the speed ties or the AI ties on how the AI prioritizes moves. So that Trick Room is well timed because I'll have time to sub. And Trick Room disappears this turn. Bronzong 1. Small Trick Room team from the opponent. Melodic not exactly great on a Trick Room team though, with base 81 speed generically. This is Infernate free. It's a jogger. I don't like Infernate free, but it's usually quite good at locking itself into Solar Beam. Yeah, there we go. So I'll let Uxie get hit by a Solar Beam for the Thunder Wave. Thunder Wave really slows Infernate down from using up all its PP. Obviously, 9 Solar Beams takes 18 turns anyway. And then this thing has odd this thing has odd HP, so it would be dead to 5 struggles. So it's always a complete setup, even without the paralysis. But I would like Drapion not to be at anything but full health, and paralysis helps a bit against that. I could also Memento Infernate free. The problem is, if I get a Bright Powder Miss or Memento, that could be bad. It's likely that Gyarados still sets up just fine, but don't see any reason to risk it. So we didn't get very lucky with the paralysis luck, because it's already using Struggle. It doesn't matter though. So it's for Alligator free, which does survive Dark Pulse probably. Impressive. And Ride On free is the Stabless variant. There's no threat to Drapion anyway. Turner, I think, is also set 1 still. Oh no, apparently according to the data sheet, he is set 4. So this is Golem 4. Slightly deadly, because it can explode on turn 1. Although the good news is that because Stone Edge is the most powerful non-explosion move, and because Stone Edge is high critical hit, it does quite like going for Stone Edge here, which is good for us. I'll go for the Yawn. Because this Stone Edge does do quite a lot to Drapion. Yeah. So what we're going for is, because Golem 4 has got 2 Stone Edge PP remaining, I'll be going to Gyarados after the 5th Stone Edge for the short setup. The only reason I've used Sub and Rest is because it will leave Drapion at slightly higher HP. I've got to stay in for this. Perhaps I should have used Sub there. We can go Gyarados now, though. So Golem Struggle probably does break the Sub in 2 hits. But there's no safe... We can't trick the Choice Scarf off this, though, because it could explode, which is even worse than having a short setup. At least Golem has odd HP. So yeah, because I think Struggle would 2-shot the Sub, we won't use Sub until we absolutely at last have to. Another option I could have done is I could have used Yawn. I could have switched to Uxie instead of Gyarados and used Yawn on the first Struggle. That doesn't always buy more turns though, because if it's a 1-turn sleep, I don't actually get as much setup. But this is Charizard 4 anyway. It's obviously not going to survive. But Venusaur might survive this. It's probably a roll, this Earthquake. That's got the good roll though. Although Turner is 21 IV, isn't he? So maybe it wasn't a roll. It's possible. It's Clive. Let me just double check this guy. Yeah, he's any flying set. The Gliscor we're always scared of is Gliscor 3. Because it can Guillotine. I don't want to trick a Choice Scarf onto it and lock it into Guillotine. That seems that would be insane to do. Which means I have to Yawn. I also obviously can't use a Memento because it could be Hypercutter. So both Memento and Trick go really badly wrong. Luckily Yawn is quite a good mid-ground. Okay, that's not Gliscor 3, that's Gliscor 2. Now this could use Thunderfang, so I can't go to Gyarados here. I can go to Gyarados next turn. That freeze is unfortunate, but not too consequential. We're lucky that this isn't Hypercutter. If this had been Hypercutter, then Gyarados' Intimidate would have done nothing, and we would have had to have gone back to Uxie and used the trick, the Choice Scarf, to knock it into one of its elemental moves. But because it's not Hypercutter, we can just send it to -6. In fact, because Drapion is frozen, I should probably drain all of the Earthquake PP. It's just safer. We don't need to drain all the Earthquake PP, we just need to drain enough so that Gliscor can no longer take out Drapion. No matter what. So how much would 3 Earthquakes do here? Perhaps around 105? I think we can start setting up. Because we out-heal the Elemental Fangs. Yeah, we're not too worried about Earthquake damage. Yeah, so even if we're still frozen, Drapion would easily be alive still. And we'd just be waiting for Firefang to thaw out of Ice Fang's freeze. Keep half an eye on how often it's using Firefang, because if it runs out of all the Firefang PP, it's possible it gets stuck in Ice Fang and then freezes, and I can't get assistance from thawing out, but paralysis, this paralysis is actually perfect. Prevents me from being frozen. Nice. Machamp in next. Never too pleased to see Machamp because of the Quick Claw Dynamic Punch set. We can have No Guard to ignore. Okay, so that's set 1. But its No Guard can ignore the evasion boosts. So Foresight, that meant that was Machamp 1. That might be Zapdos 1. So Zapdos 2 or 4 with Thunderbolt. I think I counted right. This is Pinsir free. What is annoying about Pinsir free is that it can Stone Edge on turn 1, even though X-Scissor does so much more damage. That makes switching to Gyarados a bit risky. And it's also got either Mold Breaker or Hypercutter. Those are both bad abilities. Hypercutter obviously stops the Intimidate switching from working, and Mold Breaker gets past Battle Armor on Drapion so it can crit. Although an X is a crit, it would not OHKO Drapion, it does a lot. It does enough that if Drapion was at all damaged, it would go down. So what I'm thinking of doing, if I yawn into X-Scissor, it can't Stone Edge next turn, it has to X-Scissor next turn, then I can freely see if it's Intimidate. If I yawn it doesn't use X-Scissor, I'll have to go Drapion. I'll just have to do it. If it is Hypercutter, and I've gone Drapion, that's okay. Because I'll just have to stall out the Stone Edge PP by switching out of Gyarados, even without Hypercutter. Question is that better than just paralysing immediately, which is probably what Uxi's going to end up doing? Or should I just, even more simply, should I just immediately trick? Lock it into X-Scissor. Or Stone Edge. Locking into Stone Edge is also fine, because it won't free-shot Drapion with Stone Edge. And then we get the same partial setup that Gyarados gets on struggling Pokemon. I think I do prefer Trick, actually. We're unlikely to Trick back, that's the only reason I'm hesitating. I don't want to Thunder Wave and have it crit me, though. That would be so bad if it was Hypercutter and I Thunderwave and it crits X's, or that would be terrible. And it does lock itself into X's, or well, let's see what the ability is. It's Hypercutter. It is Hypercutter. So we need +3 to O-code Pinsir. I think we'll do that. Gosh, X-Scissor does a lot, doesn't it? It might even be able to break the sub, which would mean that sub would be a mistake too. It might be in crit X's range. It's not impossible. We could fish for 2 failed sub breaks here. And that would guarantee +3. As long as the sub doesn't break twice. Oh. I'm wondering actually if I should be running more bulk on Gyarados then. Just what I'm thinking what to do if Pinsir crits Gyarados on this turn. And I Dragon Dance. Because that's obviously 4 X's of PP used up. Drapion is fast in this Pinsir. But I would be needing to get a defense and evasion boost. Although Drapion could also just attack. I wonder if I meant to attack then. I wonder if I meant to use Waterfall. And then if Pinsir crits Gyarados after Waterfall, I could just Dark Pulse with Drapion. And it's Uxie and Drapion in a 2v2. It's not too bad. Alternatively, I could Dragon Dance here. If Pinsir crits Gyarados and takes it out, Uxie can use Rest. I mean, not Rest, but Uxie can use Yawn. Oh no, Uxie's slower. Ah, damn it. If I sub twice, does that help? I'm wasting X's or PP. I bring it down to 7 PPUs in total from Pinsir. It doesn't help because if Drapion doesn't get a defense boost, X-Scissor will just hit it twice. I'll have to rest, and then X-Scissor hits it twice more. It's still got 4 PP remaining there, so Uxie can't save it. I think what I meant to do though is sub. If I sub twice and Pinsir breaks both subs, I'll just have to Waterfall Dark Pulse, I think. Oh crap. Am I committed now to the line? I could also switch to Drapion. Let's use 5. Drapion was 6, 7, rest 8, 9, 10. Uxie would be able to Yawn. But Gyarados would be slower because it's Choice Scarfed. X-Scissor wouldn't kill Gyarados from this range if I did all that. But then Gyarados would not be guaranteed a sub. It would just be boosting again from +0. Doesn't solve anything. It just makes the situation worse. You can't switch out. Surprisingly bad situation here. Surprisingly bad situation. Intuitively, it feels correct to just sub. Most likely sub leads to a Gyarados at very low health without a sub up anymore, because sub will definitely break on next turn if it's not this turn. At +2 against the world. Yeah. Or I could just Dragon Dance again. I think I prefer sub. This music is very fitting. Can't believe it. It's quite funny that this music has come on right now. It's the red bar music for anyone watching the VOD. I've got a sub, I think. And it does survive that turn. No crit. Now here's another question. Do I Dragon Dance or do I Waterfall? By Waterfall I can get a flinch and keep my sub. $23 is a very awkward number of HP because if I Dragon Dance and then attack, I'll be at 47, which is obviously not enough to sub into the next Pokemon. I think I've got it. The thing is, Waterfall is a 20% payoff, Dragon Dance is a guaranteed payoff. I think I'll have to Dragon Dance then. The sub definitely goes here though. It's Gliscor. Set free like Pinsir. Gosh, this is a bad situation. So obviously it's sashed, it survives Waterfall. I think it's quite likely to use Counter here, but it could also use Guillotine. It's obviously fastened Drapion. I can't Thunder Wave it because it's ground type. It could also be Hyper Cutter, so I can't Memento it. And I've lost my Choice Scarf, so I can't trick it really. I guess I could Yawn it. But then it just gets a free Earthquake chance on Drapion. What I'm considering not attacking. That's what I'm considering. Because it's just seen me do a huge amount of damage with Waterfall. It's seen the physical damage. Guillotine has a 62% chance to get +1 on the AI move scoring, and Guillotine has a, obviously the rest of the time it's +0. U-turn is possible. U-turn is also just +0. It's never Earthquake. Oh, it's so bad that Gyarados can't sub. It really is so bad that Gyarados can't sub. So thinking logically, actually, even if it picks Guillotine, it's got to hit Guillotine. So I think it is better to Dragon Dance, probably. I don't want to attack, surely. Attacking is quite likely to lose the game to counter. It would just come down to Gliscor 3 hitting Guillotine once into Drapion. Or if Gliscor 3 is Hyper Cutter, then it can just Earthquake down Drapion anyway. But yeah, it would Earthquake Drapion, Drapion use Dark Pulse. Drapion would be at like about 40 to 50% with final Pokemon. That's not good odds for Drapion. Yeah, that seems really bad. But Dragon Dance here, and it Guillotines. I would have to yawn. I would just have to yawn. It would be over, I guess. It would be as over as Guillotine hitting Drapion would be, probably. If I attack, I can flinch. It's not impossible. This could easily be a loss. I think I have to use Dragon Dance though, so I can sub next turn potentially. Feels so wrong not to attack, but I know it's sashed. I know it's Gliscor 3 to set free trainer. Yeah, there's counter. Definitely want to get sub up now. And it only makes sense to waterfall. Yeah, Guillotine. Doesn't see a kill with U-turn there. Lucky that Guillotine missed twice, I guess. Again, Drapion will not be able to sub off this, but I don't think I care. Crobat free. We should be out of jail here. No hacks item. Oh my god, that was scary. I might re-EV Gyarados after that. Pinsir should not be able to break sub with X-Scissor, even if it's Hypercutter. Yeah, that shouldn't happen. Honchkrow 4. Night Slash is guaranteed. Sucker Punch is not impossible. I could just switch to Gyarados, because after Intimidate, Drapion always gets a setup. Because Drillbeck can't free hit KO Drapion after Intimidate, surely. Obviously, you don't want to use Yawn because of insomnia. They could trick. I think because a crit won't take out Gyarados, I like going Gyarados. Could get crit, but it's not too bad actually. So this will be Drill Peck. Let me just check how much damage it does. This is about 80. No, it's not about 80, about 50. It's not too bad. I'm faster, so I'm not too worried now. Why is that doing so little? Oh, it's 21 IV trainer, isn't it? Okay, nice defense boost. The second defense boost seals it. Orange Crow isn't going to be able to do anything now. I'm hoping I can get some evasion, so I don't have to use rest. It really doesn't matter. It's just me being lazy. Man, that Gliscor. Counter Guillotine. I guess even if I attacked, if the next two guillotines were gonna miss, maybe I was okay. I'm just thinking, would I have used Memento? Maybe I would have had to have done that and hoped it was Senville. Hmm. It's Warlord 4. Which will survive, and Fisher probably. Or Hydro Pump. And Vaporeon 4, which definitely survives. Surf might even have broken a sub after the previous damage from Hydro. For Alligator 4. 21 IV. So HP not divisible by 4. Well, I can't edit Dragon Dance, so I have to trick. Dragon Dance is actually 20 PP. So this can be a Drapion setup game. Because the chance that, I guess Drapion, it could get paralyzed 0 times, and Drapion could leave all of its defense boost to the end. If that happened, it'd be hitting me with a +6 struggle. That'd be pretty funny. But even then, I get to sub in its face, so it doesn't kill Drapion. It would just stop Drapion from having a sub up at the end. It's got paralyzed way more than 0 times now. And plus I got the defense boost anyway, so doesn't matter. The second 2 defense boosts being right at the end was quite funny, I guess. Mach 4. You're gonna quick claw explode on my ass? Nope. Gonna do it again. Yeah, choice band Absol. This choice band Absol set is funny because it almost always locks into Night Slash. It can't superpower or go impact at full HP. So those moves are almost pointless. Right, I'm making a note of that Pinsor Gliscor game. That was horrible. Gliscor came in before. Gliscor came in before Crobat, didn't it? Okay, so Guillotine must be considered a kill move on the Switch AI. Yeah, that round took twice as long as normal, and I'm guessing it's almost all that battle. It's Empoleon, but it's... I feel like I do something different with Empoleon every time I see it. But really it should be Trick. To be safe. There's Empoleon 2. Which is the same one it was last time. Yeah, I don't want Uxie to be taken out by Shadow Claw crit. It's not worth it to use Thunder Wave and risk that. Uxie is obviously faster than Empoleon, but Uxie is potentially useful later in the match. Despite the Gliscor example, often Uxie is incredibly useful later in matches that go wrong. So this guy's a 31 IV trainer, Walton, which means Empoleon has odd HP. Yeah, odd HP for a struggle. Not a bad partial setup. I just would have liked a bit more defense. Yeah, there's the defense. Okay, it's a pretty good setup overall then. Metagross. Okay. It's Metagross 4. Nice crit, Drapion. That crit mattered. I should have not done that. I definitely should have used sub there. That was a mistake. I should not have attacked. But it was only Steelix 3, so not too punished. Xander. So it's Porygon Z2. Going to use Trick. I don't think I've seen Porygon Z2 yet this streak. The idea I had was that it uses Trick and we use Trick, and then it just kills itself on struggle against Uxie as we continue to use Trick. Because like its struggle will do like 12 damage to Uxie. Maybe a bit more. So we just Trick with it. I guess in that case, it's just going to spam Trick. We might as well sit on Thunderwave in case a switch happens. Or in case we can bait. Oh, do I want to bait? I would be able to bait a Volt Absorb switch. Do I want to bring in a Volt Absorb Pokemon? It's okay though, because the dangerous electric types are Raikou and Ampharos, not Jolteon. Wouldn't really want Electivire to come in. Now we'll Thunderwave. What if it uses Tri-Attack? I'm pretty sure it's impossible though, because Trick should be +5 in the AI, and Thunderwave should be +3 anyway most of the time. So it shouldn't Tri-Attack. I guess if it does, we just I would just have to go Drapion and sub on it, I guess. Yeah. This should be Trick, yeah, it's Trick. So it's stuck using Trick, which is a 10 PP move. I think we just wait here for 10 turns. So it's got 2 PP left on Trick. It's got 1 left. So that's its final Trick to PP. I think I could stay in, or I could go to Gyarados for a quick and cheeky setup. Let me see. Porygon Z. It's a 31 IV trainer. This Porygon does have 160 HP. Huh. In which case, unless it gets fully paralyzed, Gyarados gets 2 Dragon Dances and a substitute, I guess. Crit Struggle doesn't break Gyarados' substitute. That seems pretty good. That seems better than having Uxie in. Plus, I don't really want Uxie to take damage. So yeah, I think we go Gyarados. Let's paralyze. Well, I'll sub first just in case I miscounted. I didn't miscount. That's good. So 2 struggle, 3 struggle. That does break it. I would rather have sub up. A bit unlucky on the paralysis turns at the end there. Gallade 2 is in. That's no surprise with its Thunder Punch. And Gyarados 2 is last. Well, we are at +2. We'll 2-hit KO this. And it would be locked into using Dragon Dance anyway to try and be faster. That's casting his Hippo 4. Never like seeing Hippo because of the permanent sand ruining the chip healing. Quick Claw doesn't help either. I think I might, because against a Pokemon without Sandstream, what I would do here is go Drapion on Crunch, then go Gyarados on Earthquake, and then go Drapion on the Thunderfang, and so on. But the damage I'm taking is permanent until Drapion heals it. And this Hippowdon could use Stone Edge on Drapion. Oh, is that true? Because I'd be taking It can't use Stone Edge the first time round, but it could use Stone Edge after I've Intimidate cycled once. That's annoying. So it would be at -2. Unless I yawn. If I yawn, it still has a chance of waking up on the wrong turn and using Stone Edge. Stone Edge doesn't take out Gyarados. It would only be a crit Stone Edge that would do that. Alternatively, I could just use Trick, and then it's locked into Crunch. Which is okay. Crunch has 15 PP. Drapion gets a short setup. Although it is perhaps shorter than I think, though, because of the sand. Well, the Intimidate attempt does not hurt. Because I'm risking Gyarados and not Drapion. If Gyarados does faint during that, I can just come back to Uxie. Yeah, I think I'll do that then. Let's see how much this Crunch does. 156. Okay, we'll be in Earthquake range at 156. So it's always going to Earthquake here. This Thunderfang doing about 25 maybe. The paralysis isn't great, I'll be honest. It's not guaranteed to use Earthquake here. It could use Stone Edge. So I could go back to Uxie. That's the safest play, isn't it? I'll go back to Uxie, yawn. No, go back to Uxie. Take more damage from Crunch on purpose. On Drapion. And then go to Gyarados. I want it to see a kill with a -1 Earthquake. I don't think a -1 Crunch and a -1 Earthquake would take out Drapion at this health, though. If I'm going to risk it, why am I just risking it now? Because I can Memento if Stone Edge crits this turn anyway. Oh, crap. Okay. No crit. Stone Edge is also possible this turn, I've just realised. But -2 Stone Edge doesn't do very much. -2 Hippo. I think it would need -5 before Drapion is in danger. The issue is the paralysis. I have to cure the paralysis before Drapion definitely leaves danger range. I go Gyarados, Drapion, Uxie in that order right now. And yawn. And then try and get Drapion to heal. I could also just do it right now. I could just go Uxie and yawn. I think I need to go Gyarados first, though. No Stone Edge that time. We've brought it to -3. I could still Trick. It's not a bad play. The fact that I've waited a bit doesn't matter. But if I yawn, Gyarados comes in guaranteed one more time. Yeah, I think I prefer that. It's more patient. Do I take this opportunity to try and rest? No. This should very likely be another Intimidate. Not free this time, though. Okay. Powdon's at -5 now. Oh, I really want to rest. If this rest fails, I'll have to yawn again. Oh, it's so annoying. You could also Quick Claw, actually, I've just remembered. Far from over, far from over. Something about this went slightly wrong. Not sure exactly where. It might have just been a turn 1 trick. Something about this went very wrong. Aren't I going back to Uxie, though? Do the yawn idea again. It's bad if Uxie gets crit, though. We'll figure that out if it happens, I think. So even if it Quick Claws here, it's still guaranteed to be asleep. Once I rest once... Okay, good. Your Powdon's now safe because it can't be fully paralysed. Don't care about Earthquake, it can't free-shot me. I do have to be aware of Quick Claw Earthquake, though. And because of Sand, I don't want to risk that, even after Defense Beasts. That must be its last Stone Edge PP, yeah. The one thing I'll say for certain, even if this Hippowdon got a bit lucky in this line, which is this is not the line. Next time it's going to trick, even if it locks itself into Stone Edge. Whatever the plan should have been, it wasn't this. In defense of... In defense of this plan, though, Stone Edge might be able to free-shot Drapion. And with Perma-Sand up, the Gyarados setup on Struggle idea is not great. He struggled as quite a lot, even at -1 to Gyarados. Need to be a tiny bit careful of Hippowdon's remaining PP, which means I'm not going to rest before the setup is done. While I have a lot of time with Drapion overall, do not have infinite time. This thing in second is a pain. Oh. Luxray is GG. It's dead to sand over the next few turns. Even if it was somehow able to magically take Drapion out. Ooh. I'm worried about star up to 3 always worries me. Star up to 1 and 2 are completely fine. They didn't do anything. I am worried about this guy or girl. Brave Bird does so much damage. Is it Memento? Turn 1 Memento, go Gyarados, and then go Drapion. I've talked about this before. The expected recoil on Drapion from -3 Staraptor is about 15, 16, which is obviously dead in turn 10 turns to its own recoil damage. Unless Drapion gets a boost. Or an evasion boost as well. Could also yawn. The thing is that Brave Bird does quite a lot to Uxie. And it matters for the recoil, and I don't want Uxie to get crit. I think it has to be Memento instantly. I'll look silly if it's Staraptor 1 or 2 though, but But Drapion doesn't have too much trouble sweeping bird teams. Flying teams. I'm just trying to think of Skarm 1. Skarm 1 resetting. But Skarm 1 can't do anything against Gyarados. Gyarados would set up on Skarm 1. Not too worried then. I don't need Uxie, do I? It is Staraptor free. I wish it was anything else. One final idea is I could try and set up Gyarados, I guess. It's so risky, though, to set up Gyarados. It's so tempting, the crit. Plus Brave Bird will break the sub anyway, so I'd just be doing a completely naked setup. Yeah, the muscle band does a lot. So unless a good acupressure happens, because speed is neutral, but defense and evasion would both be great. Unless it happens quite soon, I'll have to rest. I think it's safer than going Gyarados again, though, because I might need Gyarados alive at the end of this match. God, that's a lot of damage. Accuracy. So, yeah, I've got to use rest then. No choice. God, I wonder if I should have used Thunder Wave. Drapion did get a special attack boost. I'll get one more shot here. Special defense is not what I'm looking for either. I'll, again, have to use acupressure. Breath, that is. Yeah, just not that likely to get it. Speed would have been very nice too. Man. I could sub here. Would I rather have sub up? Because then I've got my special attack boosted. And with sub up I can also use rest. It's a lot safer. I mean, if the next Pokemon in is going to threaten damage, generically I'm most thinking the Pokemon that switches into Drapion is likely to have a ground move, but obviously Birdkeeper is not very likely to have a ground move in general with the Pokemon on their team. It's just not that likely. In which case I'm looking at something else, which would be doing high damage to Drapion. I've got my Spadef boost, so it probably would still be a physical attacker in next. Unless they're both special attackers. It's probably a physical one in next then. Do I acupressure? Acupressure could be speed. That would be so good. Speed would be so good here. Because +2 Drapion is faster than pretty much everything that matters. How good would defense be? Defense would be quite good. I'd still be in a lot of trouble against, you know, an opposing Gyarados or Dragonite, something like that. Something is telling me to go substitute. Seems so much safer, so much more predictable. It can't be a bad move. Because it's not rest. I don't want to rest. If rest is necessary, I'll rest the next turn. Yeah, I've got it. I think it's got to be substitute. Charizard. Guess that's not too surprising. Set 1 Flamethrower. You've got to remember, Staraptor has not got high special attack. How much does Flamethrower do from Staraptor into Drapion? Like, yeah, because Drapion had special defense boost. Got to remember. I mean, Staraptor pre using Flamethrower and Drapion, that's going to do like 10, literally 10, not 10%, 10. It's going to do about 5% damage. It's going to do nothing. I actually think this is very unlikely to be. Well, I mean, the only physical Charizard set is set 3. I just don't think it's very likely that this is set 1 or set 2. Set 3 has Blast Burn, but even that does so little damage. I've also got to remember, if it is set 1, 2, or 4, I probably win because I've already got my special defense boosts up. Let me just show. I'll show on stream. I guess the deadliest special set is probably set 2, and then there's Charizard 3, which is physical. So obviously Charizard 3 wins a lot of switching decisions here because it's got Earthquake. Yeah, Charizard 2 would break the sub with Overheat, but that wouldn't matter. So against the special sets, I would want to use Rest because Drapion will be staying in. And then against set 3, I guess it's just an Intimidate swap spam situation. Yeah. So I think it's Rest either way. Okay, it is Charizard 3. No reason to stay in. Earthquake will 2-shot Drapion. Drapion can't be burned because we're already asleep. Charizard 3 is faster than this Gyarados. Yeah, can't be burned. Flare Blitz is doing pretty good damage, I must say. It might be difficult to find time to heal again properly. Yeah, I'm not sure if Drapion's going to be coming back in this match. So it's at -4 now, I think. Can Drapion heal enough? That did a lot. I'm not in much of a better situation. I wait another turn, because if I come in again, Drapion's going to be taking another sort of 20-something. Charizard does not have to use Flare Blitz against Gyarados. It's just most likely to. Let me see how much this does. 22. Because I sort of have 71 health here with Drapion over the next few turns. So if it only had 22 3 more times, I'd survive. But if 22 was a low roll from the -5 Charizard, I won't survive. I think I've got to come in again then. See how much this does. Ooh, that did too much, didn't it? I'm not sure if I can save Drapion here. Flare Blitz obviously has 15 PP, it's way too much. I don't know if that's... Flare Blitz might not be too much PP actually. Because Gyarados is still around. Once Flare Blitz is out of PP, Drapion can full heal. What if the other question is, so I'd be switching out to Gyarados to try and PP stall Flare Blitz. If Flare Blitz burns Gyarados, what do I do? I'm probably dead in about 14 turns to burn. No, way less than that. Probably dead in about 8 turns to burn. That's spookily close to how much Drapion would be at. Survive. Obviously 6 plus 8 is 14. The Charizard would run out of Flare Blitz PP. Even if it burns Gyarados now. Unless it's very good about not using Flare Blitz PP against Gyarados while Gyarados is burned. I think that's right. So you want to be faster. No burn is great. So is that the 7th or the 8th Flare Blitz PP? I've lost count. I might as well get my Dragon Dance boost in, just in case. That's 8 or 9. 9 or 10. 10 or 11. No crits on Gyarados is nice. It's 11 or 12. I've also got to remember that Charizard could be knocking itself into Blaze range soon. 12 or 13. 13 or 14. Right, 14 or 15. It might be out of Flare Blitz. Crunch suggests it's out of Flare Blitz. I'll stay one more turn, see if it's Flare Blitz. Okay, I'm pretty sure it's out of Flare Blitz. I would rather set up Drapion than Gyarados. I can full heal Gyarados anyway, just in case. I forgot about Earthquake. Oh, I'm so stupid. That's fine. That's the 7th Earthquake. Or it might be the 8th. Okay, it's out of Earthquake. The defense drop is not welcome, but it's not a problem yet. Double defense drop. It's fine. I got the speed boost. I should be fine. I'm gonna wuss out and just rest. Remove any risk of fainting. Got the defense back. That's great. That's great. And now I've got +2. Okay, should be fine now. Okay, struggle happened sooner than I thought. My miscounting on Earthquake did matter. Luckily it's Crobat last. I'm not sure which set, obviously. But Crobat can't beat Drapion. We'll leave it as Crobat 1. So it's the Boom Golem 4 set. Explosion possible turn 1. Definitely the most dangerous thing the Golem can do is explode. Otherwise I'm locking you. We'll take time to use Yawn, as it does help out Drapion's health total a bit. Gosh, that did a lot. I did over half. Wow, okay. I'll acupressure not because I want to boost, because I want to waste a turn or two. The evasion is interesting. If I got defense and special defense in that order, I might set up. I might just go Drapion. Very interesting. I think it would have to be special defense right now. Okay, last chance Drapion. Is a +6 defense Drapion worth continuing? I tell you what the thing is. I would get +3 on Gyarados. But I'm +6 defense. I don't take anything from struggle really. I get 5 more or 4 more acupressures probably. I'd want to substitute on the 5th. The special defense boost is really good. That's amazing. Okay, so I'm hugely boosted on both defenses. The speed boost is nice, actually. Let's Hippo in next. So set 3 is the Fisher set. Quite likely to use Fisher, actually. There it is. It's not quick claw though, it's white herb. Okay, there's the next one. It can't super at full, but it's not at full anymore. If Fisher breaks this... Oh no, it has to attack. It has to... Yeah, Fisher broke the sub. I think I'm going to have to get out of here then. It's very annoying. Can I risk going Gyarados? I don't think I can. Can't risk going Gyarados on the freeze. So wait, it hit... Did it hit 4 fishes? It hit 4 fishes, didn't it? Let me go Uxie, just in case. That was the 5th fisher. I'm pretty sure. Lost our defense boost, though. If that freezes, I'm in trouble. I really want to force it into superpower, but I don't know how I can do that. I guess I have to do damage to it. I have to do damage to it to encourage superpower. Superpower's the only way I'm going to be able to get up a sweep. Yeah, the key health threshold on superpower is 50% though. Sub is not that helpful because it forces it to fire Ice Fang next turn because it doesn't see the substitute. If I don't do that, I risk getting burned or frozen, which is way worse. Yeah. Superpower is quite a lot of damage actually. I'd be forced to instantly rest loop again, and it's got white herb. There's the superpower. Interesting. I'm actually in superpower kill range. Is it worth sending Gyarados in here? So Uxie can come in too. That cost me about half of Uxie's remaining HP. Got a quick claw from the golem. If you could super out Uxie here, that would be amazing. Could yawn. Doesn't necessarily buy a lot of time though. At least at -1 attack. I'm not dead to 2 Ice or Fire Fangs on Drapion. I think I prefer using Yawn though. So I don't have to worry about being dead to... Ooh, okay, I didn't want that to kill. I'm not dead to superpower. On the other hand, it's about to sleep, might as well send in Gyarados. I'm surprised Ice Fang doesn't two-shot the sub. I'm guessing that's a roll on whether or not it two-shots the sub. Don't really fancy finding out as well. I'll take the +3 in the sub. Now, Boom Heatran is Heatran 4. Which is Focus Sash. Magma Storm breaks the sub. It doesn't deal any chip. Yeah, I'm fine. I always get 2 hits off here. That was a scary team, actually. It's Ampharos 4. I hate this thing. Another problem Pokemon up there with Raikou. Unlike Raikou, at least it's slower after Trick. It's slower than Drapion. So it is going to be Trick here. Not sure what to do after Trick though. Trick T-Wave for Memento. I'm risking the paralysis then. I'm not sure if missing Thunder actually changes anything. Could also your Memento, obviously. Thing about Thunderwave is that it guarantees Drapion being faster, even if Ampharos paralyzes Drapion. I think I prefer that. I don't think the Thunder misses matter. I think I'm still going to Memento. So you're at -2. Probably do not 4-hit KO me. It's possible Thunder does, maybe. It'll be obvious if I'm in range, though. That did quite a lot. So it's doing around 50. It's very close to what it's going to be a 4-hit KO or not. Spadef or Evasion would remove some of the worry here. Okay, this Ampharos is very blind. The fact that it missed into got paralysis means that I definitely get at least 2 more safe acupressures still, I think. Not the right boosts. So is this a safety rest then? It might be. Worst case scenario, obviously, Gyarados has to sub on the remaining Thunder PP and then sets up on the struggles. Which is not that bad as a worst case. But I am faster than Ampharos here. I think it has to be rest. Can't risk. The full paralysis. I might get reparalyzed, but that's okay. Very bad boosts. Very bad. Because I could just go Gyarados on struggle. Yeah, do I go Gyarados here? It's Ampharos 4. It's a 21 IV trainer. That means 192 HP. So switch to Gyarados here, and Gyarados gets... I'd probably get +2 in a sub. I think the boosts on Drapion were bad enough that that's better. Yeah. Drapion gets to use free acupressure, maybe more if a paralysis happens. I think it's got to be Gyarados. Don't want to sub yet, just in case struggle crit twice happens. +3 in a sub is pretty good, actually. That's not a bad outcome. It's a lot safer than risking whatever whatever Drapion was going to get. Low punny 4 is a good outcome. Use Earthquake just to avoid Cute Charm, even though it obviously OHKOs. It's been a while since I saw an Articuno, but this is a turn 1 memento. Reflect is set 2. Set 2 definitely the worst Articuno set. Perhaps Gyarados is a better setup against these legendary spam trainers though. Being roared or whirlwind out with Drapion is pretty bad. Gyarados is slightly scared of some of the bright powder sets though. It's a tough call on what's safer. It always feels a lot safer to set up Drapion. I don't need to pay attention to that reflect on Drapion though. It hasn't actually replaced it. There it is. I can waste 2 turns of it, I guess. I shouldn't OHKO Articuno, should be able to it KO easily. No. Okay, which Regirock are you? Thunder Punch is the Elemental Punch set 2. Wait, did it survive? Must have been... Which one is special defense investment? I think it's set 1. I guess set 1 could survive Dark Pulse. God, that's funny. Oh, Drapion really isn't very strong. Yeah. Embarrassing for Drapion there. He can't take out Latias with +6. Elaine is 31 IV according to this spreadsheet. I think I would be using Trick even against set 3 with the choice specs. I need to Trick set 1 anyway because it's Calm Mind. Set 4 gets locked into Trick Room probably. Okay, that's set 2. We'll Intimidate, switch this down. Very convenient setup with Zen Headbutt and Earthquake being the target moves on Gyarados and Drapion respectively. Don't think Expert of Belt Earthquake will do very much to Drapion at all. I mean, obviously, just thinking at +0, might do about 60% maybe, which is pretty bad. Yeah, that's nothing. It's amazing how much Avalanche is prioritising the internal AI for no reason. It's just completely random, sometimes use it. It is quite a big problem for stall teams though. Not that many people are trying stall. I feel like the emulator is running slower today. It's probably me just playing slower. Since there have been some rough matchups. Okay, well, we won't figure out which Slowking it was. This is probably Thunderwave, yeah, so it's Luxray 1, 2 or 3. I do like Neon Colosseum music. Even if Neon Colosseum itself had a pretty bad gimmick. So Raichu 4. I guess it's a similar problem to a few other instances where I don't want to use... The problem is I don't want to use Memento on a Bright Powder set because of how embarrassing it would be to miss that. And if it Volt tackles Gyarados, it does so much damage to itself. I feel like it's incredibly likely to Thunder Wave on turn 1 though. And obviously if it Thunder Waves, I definitely want to use Trick. I mean, to be honest, if it Volt tackles turn 1, I think I still want to Trick it. It would just be Trick Memento. Gyarados Drapion. That would be a win. If Trick misses on turn 1, that could be really bad actually. Because I can't sack Gyarados, it does too much. It does way too much damage to itself. It takes, I mean, a third of this is about half of Raichu's health. At the same time, I can't use Yawn. It doesn't advance the game plan far enough. Yeah, we didn't miss. One day we're going to miss Raichu 4 though. The question then is, do we get fully paralysed the turn after that? You still need speed and special defense. +6 evasion is nice though. +4 defense is also nice. Oh, this has been a very long time without any special defense or any speed. Okay, there's speed. Largely not too worried. I would like a single special defense boost though, without any. They're all at the end. Great. There it is. I do not need more than one actually. One is enough. So it's no special attacker, which would threaten Drapion anyway at +6. Okay, Ursaring 4. We do have all our defense boosts, so this can't break the sub. Air Relaces anyway. That's a waste of its chance to win. Porygon 2 is going to try attack every time. Yeah, +2 special defense is easy enough to stop Porygon 2 from breaking the sub at least. It's been a while since we saw Gyarados 2. Obviously you have to prevent Dragon Dance from set 2 and 4. Locking set 1 into Rain Dance is great, and set 3 can get locked into Outrage anyway. We might trick that back if that happens. It is set 3. So a crit Waterfall into Gyarados won't even 2-hit KO with leftovers. What does this do, like 30? 33, yeah. What's great about this situation is that Drapion is naturally fast in Gyarados. So I do just get the choice to set up here. I think what I'm going to do actually is go back through Gyarados and actually remove... I'm going to remove the Choice Scarf, so Drapion has more time. So this could be Stone Edge. So I don't want to use any more Gyarados Intimidate switch-ins. I'd rather that hit. Oh well. I could also attack because it encourages Giga Impact. It doesn't matter. Yeah, after those defense boosts, it really doesn't matter at all. I'm going to have Drapion easily at full health. Yeah, all three special attacks at the end. Reminds me of all three special defense at the end from last game. I guess it's not super uncommon. It's a 1 in 50-ish chance. No, it's not. It's more than that. It's about a 1 in 300 chance. But it happens. I guess I should be thankful it doesn't happen on more important close games. That's not especially defensive invested. It's easy or hard to play. Getting a big win streak is very hard. Getting the gold symbol, which is what most people care about, isn't very hard. You just need a team. Slap press 1. So I live in constant fear of Rapidash 3. You're thinking of playing the Generation 4 Battle Tower? If you're looking for a general review of Generation 4, I'm not the person to ask, really. Your comments don't really make sense. I think Thunderwave is actually better than Yawn. Because I'd be switching. I'd be risking the same. I'd be risking a turn 1 wake up and Horn Drill hit, which is 25% times 30%, which is 7.5%, which is about what the chance to miss Thunderwave anyway is if I use Yawn. Except Thunderwave just completely shuts down the game. I don't even know which Rapidash set it is, actually. I really do not want to go... I really don't want to go to Gyarados if it is Rapidash free. In fact, maybe I just want to stay in. Just stay in and get hit. So I didn't care too much about Uxie. Okay, it's Rapidash 2. So I need to get out of here before Overheat. Sun boosted Overheat hits Drapion, which would do massive damage. It might do so much that I wouldn't even be able to sub. Intimidate is obviously really nice. It gets rid of the white herb so that the Overheat special attack drop actually goes through properly. I'm going to use 1 Dark Pulse. I'd really like it to hit the Overheat, actually. Please hit the Overheat. The AI is annoying me today. It doesn't matter though. I mean, the setup is complete. Now a Swift crit would probably do about 60 to Gyarados, so I can't go back in and safely heal Gyarados anyway. And low health Gyarados is about as useful as it gets anyway on a full Drapion setup. I can't remember if I used acupressure before switching out. Let me just check. I obviously did then. I don't have a strong memory of that. Okay, we're just going to go into it fails then. Ah, did I use 7? Heatran. It's the Quick Claw Adamant set, but I've got too many boosts for it to matter. Is that going to break the sub? Yeah, okay. It's nice of that miss because if that one hit and then it got a quick claw earthquake again, potentially permanently lose a sub going into the third Pokemon anyway. It was Janice, wasn't it? So that's Lantern 3. I should lock it into Rain Dance if I trick. Should be very likely to use Rain Dance. It could Hydro Pump or Thunder though. If it does, I'll have to just Memento. Yeah, okay. I think I prefer the +6 just in case something delays me on the second Pokemon. Whiscash 3. I want to look at the Shadow Ball. I think it is necessary to trick. It has Shadow Ball. Confuse rate is set 1. Confuse rate is an annoying thing to be locked into. Okay, Yawn guarantees. Gyarados is set up, as long as it doesn't wake up here. Good. Artie, no miss. What a Katie. Get a juicy Trick Room lock from turn... No, I don't. Set 1 can fling turn 1. Set 2, I don't care about locking. Set 3 I'd want to lock though, because I don't want to have it be on Thunder Punch randomly into a Gyarados. In set 4 I'd want to get rid of Choice Specs actually. Frozen Berry is set 2. So we'll let Uxie wake up and set up Gyarados. Or we could set up Drapion. Trick back now and set up Drapion, but I don't think it's necessary. Gyarados is very good at sweeping trainers with psychic types. Plus, psychic types this gen do not get electric moves very commonly. I'm not sure if Charge Beam really counts as a true electric move. No static for fun at the end. It's a shame. But also no bright powder from Manectric 4, if it was Manectric 4. $483, we can get a $490, I think. Or lose. So you know this one, you have to use Yawn. Do not want to lock set free into Guillotine. And don't want to use... Okay, so it's not that, it's set 4. Even if it's Hypercutter, this is fine. It's not Hypercutter. But Sam Vale, I'll take the setup though, I think. Can fish for a miss, maybe. So obviously it's got 3 Stone Edge PP left. Aerial Ace won't break the sub after Intimidate. It would just be a lot safer to go to Drapion though. I don't mind throwing away a few turns like that. The PP doesn't matter, and the HP I restore anyway from Earthquake switching. Besides, if I do this one more time, it's out of Stone Edge anyway. It's actually out of Stone Edge right now, but what I'll do is... There's just no reason not to send it even lower on attack first. It's out of Stone Edge now. I think I'll be satisfied at any setup that has the other Pokemon at full health. Which inevitably is looking more and more like a Gliscor setup. Yeah, that'll do. It's okay. It's not great. It's okay. think if the second Stone Edge or the first Stone Edge had missed Gyarados, I probably just would have gone with that. Maybe I shouldn't have entered this round because my eyes are starting to glaze over. Can't remember if I used acupressure behind a sub yet. No, I didn't. Okay. Well, Maldo and Rampardos in the back are very nice. I'm very glad those aren't the leads. I'll pretend they were both set free. Yeah. Helen is a 21 IV trainer as well. This air slash, very likely. Very, very likely. Does a little bit too much damage, actually. So I guess I'm... Thunderwave, Trick Memento... to be Thunderwave and then Trick Memento, I think, with a switch in the middle. Gosh, that is a lot. No, I think it's Thunderwave Memento then. $30 damage. So Hyper Beam around 60. Let's be pessimistic, call it 70. Should still be safe at that range, I think. Special defense boost would be nice. Again, just checking I didn't miscount. Licky Licky 4. Expecting Earthquake. Lax and Sense doesn't matter. And Porygon 2 for we know that this survives. It always goes for try attack. Claydol. Oh. I'm just thinking if this is ever a yawn. It might be a yawn. No, it's not a yawn. I want to get rid of set 4 from using explosion. Max evasion is nice. This is obviously not a full setup. There's a special defense, so I'm waiting on special attack. Alternatively, just another boost in one or both defense. That's it. Another defense boost is pretty good. Yeah, okay. I would really like to have a special attack boost. To 31 IV trainer. I'm safe to acupressure again. That's a shame. Still, it's better to get defense than attack in general. So, Torterra. Let's see what you are. Earthquake is set 4 or set 1. They have the same bulk investment. The set 1 might use Curse. Set 4 is just going to stay on Earthquake. Okay, set 4 with Quick Claw. I might set up on this. I don't like using Trick against set 4, but generically I think I have to Trick. I don't want set 3 to U-turn out. Each rock is set 2.
Where's my special defense? Speed is good. But where are my special defense boosts? Okay, max evasion. There it is. It's good. The special attack at the end as always. No focus band. Boris, wasn't it? Cannot use trick, obviously. It's sheer colds here, I don't care. It's only got one sheer cold PP left yet. That would have been Blizzard, but it got fully paralysed. This is Blizzard or sheer cold every time. Now I could miss Memento. It's possible. That was the final sheer code. Don't think Blizzard will break the sub. And even if it does, it's almost out of Blizzard anyway. It'll break the sub this turn. Yeah. Well, I think I want to deny the hail from being up. So I will attack now. Infernate 4. Typhlosion 4. That was 488, wasn't it? Not 487. Because it's Ranger Boris. Ranger Boris is always set 4. Cyclist Clive is not, though. Cyclist Clive could be any set Infernate. I'm a bit scared of Infernate 4 though. I think Infernate 4 means that Thunderwave is better than Memento or Trick. If it's set 1, it might U-turn anyway. Okay, that's set 2. The crit is annoying, not because I care about Uxi's health, but because it could use any move here. It's possible for it to use Thunder Punch, so I can't go Gyarados. Because Thunder Punch is a kill move. So this is Blaze Kick every time. If it burns Gyarados, that's okay actually. This is Thunder Punch every time. I'm actually going to stop there because I don't want Drapion to get paralysed. That would be worse. At -2 attack, Infernape's no longer a threat, even if Blaze Kick gets some burns. Does nowhere near enough damage. Especially after the defense boost. I need an auto clicker to play some of these Drapion turns before my wrist falls off from just pressing the mouse button. Not sure what we're missing. Are we missing a defense boost? No. Both special attacks were at the end. There's evasion at the end. We'll 2-hit KO this, so it's attack now. Focus Blast is Blaziken 2, I think. Dynamic Punch is Polygraph 2 too. Crossed in Zapdos. So I don't want it to be Zapdos 2. Although Zapdos 2 is likely to light screen every time. Zapdos 3 is a joke, and Zapdos 1 will use Thunder Wave. Zapdos 3 I do have to trick though because of U-turn. Bright Powder, that's Zapdos 4. I think Signal Beam might two-shot to Gyarados sub. I don't want to set up on it though, and I don't want it to let it get a chance to crit Uxie with Signal Beam either. Well, the worst case scenario set up on a struggling Zapdos with Gyarados. Now we need +3 speed to outspeed a Choice Scarf Zapdos. If I think it's going to break the sub, I should sub again right now. And avoid the chance of confusion. Yeah, I think I need to do that, don't I? But not this turn because I'm faster at +3. So it doesn't matter whether or not this breaks, I can sub next turn. Before it gets this chance to confuse. I was hoping the Signal Beam wouldn't two-shot the sub. I suppose it's not surprising that it does. I'd rather be at +4 and have lower health than +3 at 71. Interesting it survived. So it was a 2-hit KO range. Man. Plus floor. It can matter for a few Suicune sets to get +5. I think a Suicune is not very likely to switch into Gyarados. Much more likely would be Raikou, Entei with Stone Edge, Articuno too, because Zapdos 4 is specially based. Stay at high health. It's more useful. Moltres. So for Moltres to come in to Gyarados, I think it makes it likely to be set 4 or set 3. Set 3 most likely, probably. But set 1 has Ancient Power as well. That's Hashu Berry, set 1. It's Latios 2. Yeah, I suppose Ancient Power does more. Zapdos 4 Ancient Power do more to Gyarados than Zapdos 4 using Dragon Claw. Might do another set of 7. It's 2.5 hours. I can just go to 3 hours, which is probably another set of 7. Miranda, the 21 IV trainer. This is a bit interesting what ordering is. Just thinking, if I trick and get in and intimidate, I think Taurus 4 can still. I think it can still 4-shot Drapion with return. There's also Trick. Trick, Gyarados, Uxie, Memento. problem with that is that Taurus is obviously faster with a choice scarf, so I just wouldn't be able to memento. So that would be trick, T-Wave, memento, Gyarados. A critical hit return on Uxie in that scenario is very bad. I guess I manually set it down to -2. And that works even if it crits Gyarados. And then Drapion gets a very limited setup. But Memento, Gyarados, Drapion isn't a lot faster anyway. It's the same problem. It's the same problem where Drapion spends too many turns on rest, even though return has like 20 PP. I just don't have enough turns to click Acupressure. If I want to have time, I need to trick. Actually, well, no. I was going to say I could T-Wave, but if I T-Wave and Taurus hits a crit on turn 1, Uxie faints. If I trick, then I survive a crit. And I would rather use Trick than Thunderwave if Uxie only does one thing. Yeah. There's also Yawn. Not very interested in Yawn though, for the same reason as Thunderwave. So I do have to get out of here because I am choice locked. If Taurus crits Gyarados, I'll just have to memento. So around 40 damage. We're looking at a 5-hit KO against Drapion. I could spend more Gyarados health to get it down a bit more. It's probably a 6-hit KO. It's probably optimal. I don't think I can do this again though. Yeah, 30s in mid damage is much less. I'm slower after +2 speed though on Drapion. Defense boost early is super lucky. Removes all of the risk from not having enough time on Acupressure. I still don't get a full setup. These boosts are really good though. Because it's a 21 IV Tauros, it's odd HP at level 50. So I get 4 Acupressures on struggles. It's really nice. I'm pretty sure I do. It was Miranda, yeah. Luxray 4 survives and gets flinched. That's lucky. Blissey 4. Oh no. Oh no. Well, I'm glad that Gyarados is still around. So I think Soft-Boiled is guaranteed on this turn, which means I can safely go Gyarados without worrying about Sing. And then I'll kill it +1, I'm sure. Since Blissey 4 has no defense EVs. This is another choice bander. I'm not scared of choice Scarf Absol Night Slash though. It's interesting, I've never seen set 1 taunt. Razor Claw is set 3. I don't like spending any HP on Gyarados though, because Night Slash does do a huge amount to it. Go for the limited setup. I think we're faster at +2 though. I think it should be safe for another turn. Yeah, the max roll on Night Slash is like 33. We are still safe. Still no defense boosts. Still paying attention because it's been... Oh, there's defense. Okay. Not too bad. Yeah, it's a pretty good setup overall, to be honest. Now, Ross is 31 IV, so this Absol is 140 HP. It's divisible by 4. It feints to struggle next turn. Drapion being low HP is actually completely fine. It means a lot of sets are tempted to try and kill it instead of do something more annoying like using Raw. That was Gunk Shot from Mark. So that's Mark 3 or Mark 4. The fact it missed means it's a bit more likely to be Mark 4, as Mark 3 has Zoom Lens. And we didn't see a Quick Claw either, so it's probably Mark 3. And Drill Peck. That makes it Honchkrow 4. Ooh. The Curse set. Set 2 is Curse. I'd want to lock the others into Shadow Ball. Set 1 can Yawn or Trick Room. That's fine. It is Curse. That fully paralyzed turn is actually quite important. It might infect Gyarados' setup. Because obviously, when we're both fully boosted, Earthquake will be a free shot KO. And Slowking, Curse has 10 PP, so Slowking has 4 turns where Curse does nothing, and I need to be attacking in those 4 turns, really. Could attack now. I think I would get it. I think I would free shot it. because that prevents struggle. I don't want to have my sub broken. Glade. Don't know what glade that was. Harvey. I guess the safest move is probably to yawn. If it is Garchomp 4, I can yawn Drapion and then go Gyarados. Drapion, Gyarados again. Gyarados never gets hit by another Outrage that way. Drapion takes a beating, but it's okay. I think I prefer that to trying to Memento against set 1 in particular. Trick is okay, I just don't want to trick set 2. I don't really want to trick set 4 either. Because then set 4 can't be using Earthquake on Drapion for a free Gyarados switch. Okay. That's set 2. I didn't want it to miss. Ah, no. I'm not really looking for a setup here. I could just go, I suppose. I'd much rather set up Drapion, though, against a Dragon Tamer. Yeah, so there's the second Spadef drop. So, yeah, so now it's at -4, even after White Herb. Now safe from Earth Power. Although, to be honest, not completely safe. You could get a Spadef drop. Evasion helps. Gonna rest, though. Earth Power is only 10 PP. It should be out before it has a chance to get Drapion low again. It's another evasion boost. I guess I have to rest again then. After the drop. There's the special defense boost though. Should be over now. So it's 26 acupressures this time because of the single drop. Yeah. So Garchomp survives. What's next? Alligator should be completely fine. That's set 4 for Alligator. Don't like seeing T-Tar in general, but should be fine. Earthquake doesn't tell me what the set is. mean, set 4 is quite likely to Dragon Dance. Okay, there we go. Set 4 pretty deadly. It's fast and Gyarados after a single Dragon Dance. Oh, I missed 493, which is the dex number for Gen 4. Should have made a comment about that. I missed the trainer now. I think this is Sammy. It's Milo free on Sammy. Which must be a trick, I think. Hydro Pump. I think the HP on Uxie is too valuable. You're not going to do very much to Gyarados of Hydro Pump, maybe a quarter. Yeah. If it doesn't miss a single Hydro Pump, I am taking quite a lot of damage though. I guess I can sub. Since Hydro probably doesn't two-shot the sub. Probably doesn't one-shot the sub. We'll definitely two-shot it. Get one Dragon Dance up, so we're faster. Miss is really important. Double miss is just funny. I'm pretty sure 4 struggle shouldn't break the sub unless it's a crit. That said, I can just play around the crit. But Milotic is 170 HP. That's not divisible by 4 anyway. So it doesn't even faint this turn, does it? Drapion. Weavile free. Let's see if I flinch it. Nope. I don't like you, Lou. Go away. Obviously can't trick into sheer cold, so I'm gonna have to Thunder Wave. That's Walrein 1 though. Ugh. Should never Ice Fang Uxie though. It can Encore me, which is annoying. Well, actually, if you're going to freeze something, I'd rather you freeze Drapion. I'll need it to be -3 before the sub is safe from the 2-hit KO, though. Let me test that, actually. Do you two-shot the sub with Ice Fang? I guess we don't find out. I'm actually quite curious. But I'm not going to mess around with an ice strainer. Veg ice, fine. Dugong, also fine. Put in our guesses for Reg Ice 1, Dugong 1. It has to be Trick because of set 3, I think. I've already seen it once today. Each rock is set to... I guess what I do is I go Gyarados. And then after Gyarados, I'll Trick back. Remove Choice Scarf from it. Burn would be annoying because it would mean Gyarados would faint faster. It's hit every Fire Blast. I could stay in this turn. It's not stupid. The struggle won't do very much to Gyarados. I'd be fine as long as struggle doesn't crit, basically. Or I can just switch out and not risk anything. The struggle crit does absolutely nothing to Uxie as well. Go. Go, have the Heat Rock back. Just thinking, can it Hyper Beam? Because if it can't Hyper Beam, I quite want to heal Gyarados. But if it could do that. Yeah, I don't think I can do that. The speed boost is pretty good. Evasion complicates things. I was about to use Substitute, but actually Evasion sort of ruins that. I was planning on just subbing on every Hyper Beam. I actually don't like the fact that I got Evasion. Yeah, this is awkward. Well, it's only got 2 Hyper Beams left, so... Yeah, if this one hits, it hits. I can't sub on it, because it can miss. And then I'm stuck behind a sub, unable to acupressure. The lifespan of Heat Rock actually means that I can't heal Gyarados even if I wanted to. Just lasts way too long. Could have maybe done it on the second recharge turn. It's odd HP, right, isn't it? Max HP. Yes. Was that overheat? I think it was Ninetales 2. I don't know what Charizard it is. I was putting Charizard 2. Actually, I put Charizard 3. Charizard 3 is more likely to come in than Ninetales 2 because of Earthquake. Gonna call it there though. It was a good session. I went way longer than I thought I would. I was planning on doing like an hour and a half. But it was good.